up, y'all? It's D. About to react to this video by Omizi. It's titled "Somebody Needs to Check on PlaqueBoyMax." Oh Lord, what has he gotten into lately? Let's see what's going on. Let's watch.
Look, I know your early 20s is all about finding yourself. You go through these different transformations. You try a bunch of different clothes. You try a bunch of different haircuts. The stuff that's going on with PlaqueBoyMax right now is very, very alarming.
Not the coconut water. He is funny. I'm sorry. You got those thermals.
For anyone that don't know, I got a nose piercing, right? I got a nose ring yesterday. And then I woke up, I'm like, I don't want this no more. Like, you feel me? So I took
It's the best ever.
The first bad news. I wouldn't say it's necessarily bad news, but I think I'm finna get an ass reduction, bro. But
oh my god. No, he's a troll. If he was gonna take out anything, he should have took the one out his damn cheek. Okay? Get that out your cheekbone, brother. That look crazy. A nose ring, I don't mind it on a guy. I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. But a cheek ring is crazy.
It's like, bro, I'm gonna be honest, man. Like, it's annoying, bro. Like, bro, I'm trying to be skinny. Like, I'm a thick, short, bro.
An ass reduction, you say. Now, as a double-cheeked up nigga, I know exactly what he's talking about. Look, I think as a young man in your early 20s, everybody goes through their fair share of experimental things in order to find themselves. Lord knows I was a part of a nasty fashion era that featured skinny jeans, Chelsea boots, pea coats, designer, or at least fake designer or faux designer brands. Yeah, I was a part of the V-Lone era that Kanye West ushered in, and I'm not proud to say it. I say it with my chest. But PlaqueBoyMax isn't just changing his style at this point. He is speed running these personality adjustments and body modifications like he's trying to unlock a new version of himself in a few months. And at first it was funny, but now not only did he get a P mounted above his eyebrow, which he got Diva tattooed on his body right across his ribcage. You know what a diva is? Well, what's going on? Now, I'm not here to diagnose PlaqueBoyMax, but I'm trying to ask why every single attempt at some sort of self-improvement has to be so extreme. I'm definitely using self-improvement lightly here. If you knew this and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe into my body and a tattoo on my skin of your commitment.
Y'all go support. I'm easy, please.
Permanent, never going anywhere. Now, back into the video.
Let's say Diva though.
Oh, I wouldn't have been able to tell off top, but yeah.
Now, chat, where did this tattoo rank amongst the tats? Now, chat, we got some crazy shit. I love every tattoo I have. I don't think there's no tats I currently have that I would get rid of.
PlaqueBoyMax's latest tattoo is nothing short of ridiculous. Diva has to be one of the craziest things in the world.
That goes beyond just trolling or, you know, just doing and saying shit for likes and giggles and, the whole gay joke that they all love to lean into, acting like they're all gay. I think it's a very weird thing, but a lot of the streamers do it. But if that's a real tattoo, because it very well could be fake, I ain't see him actually get tatted, then it's like, oh no, he really he really about this life.
And my question off rip was, why not put this on some sort of a t-shirt? He wants us to rate this, but I have to rate this with rating of a Z for Zesty because there's no other way around it. And I thought to myself, maybe Diva has some sort of special meaning. Maybe it's an acronym. Diverse individuality, valuable achievements. Maybe we rocking out like that. But when I found out what he thought what Diva meant, I can only shake my head.
Let me ask you this before I make my assumption. All right, what does diva mean to you? Is you're like, I'm a bad bitch. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want on some fly. You a bad? Well, actually, like I'm obviously. No, I get what you're saying. Oh, so like the same type of. You know how bad bitches, bro? Bad bitches the most confident people in the world. Right. That's what it means, bro. And just taking it on some weird shit, talking about, I want to be a girl.
You can't just make up definitions. That's not how this works.
You want to be a bad bitch, but you don't want to be a girl? What are you talking about?
Mrs. Trendsetter. For what it's worth, I get why people would off-top question his sexuality for some of the choices that he made. Putting Diva on his body, getting a P iced out dermal piercing above his eyebrow.
Maybe like the next 48, I say, like just so there's able to be fibroids and tissue that plant the anchor. We're gonna keep it covered with the bandage, okay?
Alright.
Because structurally, it's not so
even looking at her.
What the fuck?
Does it look cool?
Pretty
touch
gnarly.
it,
I want to see it from the side, like.
Well, it seems like Max is doing Pride Month the right way. The alarm bell started to go off 12 hours after getting this dermal pea pushed into his eyebrow. You get it, pushing pea. He got it removed, saying that he didn't like where it was placed.
As y'all see, let me get a sag for the pea.
So
the
now you
pea
got a
is
hole in your
gone, bro.
hair?
I didn't like it. So right now, I'm 1 for 3 on piercings that I like. 'Cause I got a nose ring too. I didn't like it.
Max, you were there when it was placed. What are we talking about, gang? Every week it's a new tattoo. It's a new...
I mean, I understand changing your mind once or twice is a lot, though, in such a short period of time. Seems like he's going through something. I had a septum piercing, and I got tired of that. I had that for, like, maybe a couple years when I was in college, and, yeah, I didn't like it. And that's, like, the worst, some of the worst pain of my life. My God, that was painful to get.
Piercing, it's some new body modification, like a butt surgery.
But it was taking like forever to heal. Like that's not a good, that piercing doesn't heal well. For some people I'm sure it does, whatever. But from what I researched, it's a commonly slow healing piercing. And yeah, I just feel like it just never felt like it just settled all the way. I was always having to baby it. I just didn't like that. And then I feel like when I was trying to be super girly and cute, it just was throwing my whole shit off. It was throwing my look off. I was like, I'm liking everything else, but this piercing is kind of fucking it up anyway. So yeah, sure, change your mind once or twice, I guess, but getting the tattoo as well, it just seems like he's going through some type of like crisis or something.
Now again, I may understand that one as somebody who also
Like a
has
quarter
thick
life
thighs
crisis.
and a bigger butt. Buying jeans is crazy. I have to buy like a size 36 jean while I have like a 32 waist. It's actually the most insane thing in the world. I be feeling like that one big butt TikToker every time I try on pants or khakis in the store. It's actually pretty sickening when I have to go into a dressing room and start jumping in jeans. Now most people may not know, but I'm a person who is pattern recognition first. Individually, I would love to talk about PlaqueBoyMax playing into his more feminine side. But when you stack an example on top of another example, on top of another example, on top of another example, that's the fastest way to make an example sandwich. And it looks like PlaqueBoyMax is just making a bunch of judgment calls and not thinking them all the way through. Because this would be different if he was just getting a t-shirt. But he's making decisions to his body that are having real life consequences to them.
As y'all see, I also got tats. Let's get to the tats. Right here, we got 3 crosses, Chrome Mars crosses. Got this tattoo with my cousin. Next up, I got my mother's signature. Love you, Mom. Happy Mother's Day. Now, Basement Boy, PlaqueBoy. This is my favorite tat. Oh my gosh, remember your rules. How you gonna forget your rules? You can't do that. Let's get to the bag. I told y'all for 10,000 subs I was gonna get 2 viewer tattoos, and I got them. And I thought they looked great. You feel me? I was happy as hell. I'm flexing this, as you can see, but I should be. They look childish. I'm gonna get them laser removed. I got to. I'm not gonna lie. I don't care. I'll pay any cost. I'm gonna get them laser removed in a couple weeks.
Now, even though I'm not a needle guy, I understand why most people get tattoos. They usually have some sort of importance or meaning. Hell, I've even got one kind of, it was semi-permanent, but it had sentimental meaning to me. See that right there? It's a little bit faded, but that's the name of my podcast. If you just look past the guns. Real quick. Do I have a sleeper build, y'all? Yeah, that's the name of my podcast that I got tattooed on me. This was after we crossed like 200,000 subscribers. And at first, Max started the exact same way as myself and other tattoo goers. But it quickly turned into what is seemingly an addiction, which we'll get into a little bit later about his personality. And it gets so far that it's starting to spiral out of control to the point where he's just getting nonsense placed on his body.
Real niggas know where that's from. Second, most controversial, clearly. I always get something controversial that niggas love to have discourse about. Now, I got this tattoo. This is Kobe taking a shot. Yes, he got blocked. Why did I get
Kobe is not giving Kobe. It looks like 5 white men too close to each other, all on each other's booties, playing basketball. That's what this looks like. And it's just terribly done. Terribly drawn.
this because I wanted to, nigga. It represents something very important to me.
What
That
you
I don't need to
put?
explain to y'all niggas.
Most controversial, PlaqueBoyMax, that is a meme. That is a meme on Twitter for somebody taking like a contested shot. And if I'm not mistaken, Kobe got blocked in that same clip IRL. Also, his inability to share the special meaning behind the tattoo was very telling. Now, again, if this was in a vacuum, I think that it would be fine. But Max has stacked tattoos on top of tattoos on top of tattoos that he is either seeking to cover with more tattoos or is just pretty much ashamed of.
You got the forearm with the little smiley face on that shit? The shit that you got? Remember the shit you... Nah, not that one. You got the little smiley, or you got that shit covered up?
What smiley face?
You had one with a little face on it. It was like a little half smile, little demon shit.
Wait, what?
Nigga, you know what I'm talking about, bro. Don't do that.
Smiley face.
I know I'm not tweaking. You had a little face on your arm, and
Oh, the Roblox cat? Yeah, the flames covered it, but I'm getting these removed too.
All these modifications to his body scream two things. One, I need some sort of help. And two, I used to play a lot of 2K and I put all my VC towards my looks as opposed to my actual attributes. So the difference between 2K and the real world is that there are too many consequences that come with, making these sorts of body changes to yourself. I don't know if people remember, but PlaqueBoyMax was in the hospital not too long ago and people didn't realize why.
Yo, I hope y'all doing well. I've been in the hospital for like 10 days now, bro. I got a super bad infection. Doctors saying they've never seen an infection like this. I shouldn't be lasting this long in the hospital. First checked in like September 15th, bro. Infection was so bad I couldn't move my arm at all. It hurt like hell when I walked, bro. I could barely walk. I was moving around this bit like Hunchback Notre Dame. I'm starting to regain some movement and motion in my arm. I don't know when I'm gonna get deported.
Basically, right here, y'all see I got mad shit on my chest. I got this shit filled in. Y'all remember it used to got me filled in. I guess, bro, that I wasn't taking care of my tattoo. It got super bad, badly infected or some bullshit, bro. Which is crazy, bro. Wake up call. Nigga, I'm still gonna get tattooed.
Of course Max is gonna have an infection. Bro went from having 0 to no tattoos to like full, both arm sleeves, the chest and the back. That's ink poisoning.
And on top of that, he doesn't seem like he's careful at all. Like, a tattoo is an open wound. So you just touching it and doing weird shit, like you introducing so much bacteria to it. I can tell he's doing that based on what he did with the piercing. And I even made a comment, like, don't touch it. Why are you touching it? It just got pierced into your fucking head and you gonna touch it with your dirty finger to introduce bacteria to it. So yeah, it don't seem like he moves smart either with his body modifications.
That's ink poisoning to the max.
The problem isn't that Max wants to express himself in ways that I may not agree with. Hell, I'm afraid of needles, so who am I to really judge that? The problem is the reckless nature that he's going about doing these things. Getting tattoos that have no meaning or that are fitting only this 2-month increment in your life, filling them in, getting them covered up, getting more tattoos, piercing yourself, removing them 12 hours later before they're even healed. I'm talking about surgery that may be irreplaceable. All of this stuff just seems like the most extreme ways to go about modifying yourself in an attempt to find who you are. It's the speed run, it's the carelessness, and the fact that there are already real life consequences showing up. This is exactly why people are worried about what's going on with Max. Now, remember when I talked about pattern recognition, it would be one thing if the overreaction and the impulsive nature was just about how he decides to express himself on his body. But that same impulsive nature and overreaction exists in how he deals with pretty much all problems, specifically when he's talking about women and lust.
I didn't realize how bad my shit got. Like, I have a very addictive personality, bro. Like, I love bad bitches. I love beautiful women. Like, it's low-key addiction. Like,
is that why you want to be a bad bitch? Because you love them so much?
If y'all take a look, I'm gonna scroll and screen record. If y'all take a look at my explore page, like, I just can't help myself.
When you take into consideration the two character traits that we talked about with Max, his obsession and his impulsive behavior, it kind of makes sense why the next portion of the story happened. Like when Max found himself facing the consequences of those two characteristic traits in a message to his father about potentially being a grandpappy.
Keith, you said you always wanted a grandson? I'm not gonna lie, bro. Niggas slipped up OD, bro. Niggas slipped up OD. I slipped up OD. I'm not gonna say when, why, because niggas start putting together timelines. Just know, slipped up. I'm not gonna get into the details of the girl, but just know it was on some, shady shit,
Shady.
So I got scared, but I'm not gonna lie, bro. I looked up, how do you get rid of, you feel me?
And okay, stuff like that happens. I know that there are a lot of fathers in the chat who have been down that same path as PlaqueBoyMax. But instead of wrangling in that obsessive and impulsive behavior, he lets it run rampant on his decision-making as to how to prevent this in the near future. PlaqueBoyMax goes on Justin LeBoy's podcast, which, no comment, but gives a revelation as to how he thinks he can prevent this in the future.
About a month ago, you went and got a vasectomy. You are only 23 years old.
That's me.
Why?
I had a little scare, bro. I had a couple scares. I'm not gonna lie, bro. And for the sake of those girls, because I fuck with them, I'm not gonna get into it. But I had to do what I had to do. Now listen though, vasectomy, it's just reversible.
Right.
But there's a chance it can't be reversed.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying? So I did run a big risk. But it's like, bro, I can't be having no baby PlaqueBoys.
Max, what the fuck? Now, I do think that more men should just, in general, be getting vasectomies. We are busting crazy style, and there are too many babies that are just being born on a whim. That's not necessarily the problem. Max didn't do his due diligence about how to protect himself. I'm pretty sure he knew that there was a condom that was out there, but Justin LeBoy blows his mind with the revelation that male birth control exists.
You know they got male birth control too, though.
Whoa, what?
Nah, for real. I heard about it.
When they had that?
Let's go there.
To skip to the vasectomy instead of the birth control is crazy.
Well, I might have fucked up.
It's the impulse. It's the lack of research. It's the, hey, I'm going to modify myself, which can have some sort of consequences that are long-lasting without taking into consideration all of the things that may come into it. Hell, I'm just doing it just to do it. Fuck it at this point, right? No, that's not how you should be living.
You know, if it comes time for me to take kids, like people don't know, but vasectomies are reversible. There's a chance that possibly like the procedure fails and like you can't reverse it, but there's a high chance you still can reverse it.
100%.
So
yeah.
I gotta protect myself. I gotta protect the people I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
We are feminists over here.
I like that. It's a very mature choice. Yeah. I want to give you your flowers. Do you think a trend will start? Because I mean, you're a leader of the new school, man. You know.
It might, man. Everybody just gotta protect themselves.
I don't think that's what feminism is, but I think back to the joking. But what he's not joking about is him going through these drastic changes. And what I'm saying to him, and I think what a lot of people are saying to him, is that you're not protecting yourself when you make these rash decisions this way. People aren't just reacting to.
If anything, I would argue that puts you in more danger because it seems like he has a sex addiction of some sort. He addicted to bad bitches, like, you know, put two and two together. So if that's the case, that's just going to encourage you to have a lot more unprotected sex because in your head, oh, I can't get this girl pregnant. So that's just making you more vulnerable to STDs because you have that to rely on. Like, oh, she ain't gonna get pregnant, so we could do it raw. And you end up getting some shit that might not be curable, you know? So, yeah, he moving reckless.
A vasectomy. A man getting a vasectomy in 2026 is probably going to get praised. It's the overreaction to every situation that people are reacting to. And the reason why I believe that these one-offs aren't just one-offs and continue to stack the way that they do is because PlaqueBoyMax is developing this pattern that is based on an already admitted addictive personality that he has.
I realized how bad my shit got. Like, I have a very addictive personality, bro. I started smoking every day. Every day this man was lighting up. Shit, I was smoking with, bro. Hey, pass that over here. You feel me? Like, real shit. After that happens, you feel me? I'm smoking all the time with Silky. Now it's just part of my life, bro. And it's been part of my life for 2 years now. A daily, if not every other day, part of my life.
See, this right here is the deeper concern right here. Max has already said that weed is detrimental. He's already said that lust is detrimental. So now people are seeing him go all in on the tattoos, the piercings, the dermals, the removals, the surgery talks. And we know it's not some like experimental exploration anymore. It's you know, feeding into his personality traits that he has, his characteristics. This is that same addictive personality that he's been talking about for the past couple of months now. This does not mean that tattoos are bad. This doesn't mean that piercings are bad, or hell, even these body modifications, they're not inherently bad. But it does mean that Max has a history of taking things to the extreme. So when we see him jamming these things together, it does start to worry the community. Even when people are trying to wake these things up to him, it seems as though it's not landing. When he played 1v1 with Flight, and it is June, so you had to be prepared, PlaqueBoyMax got a talking to about the dangers of caffeine, Red Bull.
Bro, here's the thing though, the rebels give you anything. Bro, Max, I meant to talk about that, bro. I'm talking. So, a hairstylist, she basically has someone that working there, and he works out and shit. Bro, he took the Red Bull, and that was his favorite thing, taking Red Bulls before working out. Long story short, they found him passed away in the gym at 38. They did the autopsy and shit, too much energy drinks. So, you know, I fuck with you, my boy. So I'm just not saying nothing. You feel me? So, but hey, that's your own risk. But John, Red Bull, you can drink that shit. That shit get you playing sports. I'll be drinking Red Bull sometime for shit.
Yeah, a Red Bull addiction is crazy. If you're drinking a lot of them, your fucking heart gonna explode. Not literally, obviously, but yeah, it's not good for you at all.
Sometimes I'll take like 3 but like playing, like exercising, nah, you'll fuck your heart up, bro. Okay. Hey, Red Bull, that shit give me wings. That's my favorite energy drink. That shit get me right. I'm not gonna lie.
And caffeine is a drug too. Please don't get it twisted. All these things are feeding into the addictive personality that PlaqueBoyMax has. He brushed that conversation off with Flight. It's as simple as that. And I think right here is probably the biggest display of the young 20-something-year-old transformation that PlaqueBoyMax seemingly is going through. He's not actively combating his lust. He's not actively combating the obsession. He's not actively combating his addictive personality. He's just trading in one thing for another. So sure, he might have put down the weed for a minute, but he picked up caffeine. Sure, he might have put down the tattoos for a second, but then he picked up piercing. He's looking to replace one thing with the next, and it's less like a, yo, this is who I am, and more like a, well, maybe this will make me feel like myself. And like I said at the top of the video, it's not like we all haven't gone through this sort of transformation as a young 20-something-year-old, but the difference is that we weren't rewarded by the streaming industrial complex where if I put it on wax, on clips and stuff like that, I'll be rewarded. If I make this a reaction, or commentators, they'll go and have a frenzy with it. The jokes fly, the attention is currency, and now everybody is looking at me, and I may be truly going through stuff in real time, but it won't won't be addressed because we're all having a kiki and a ha-ha about it. Now, I'm not saying it's all downhill for PlaqueBoyMax. I'm pretty sure in the near future, those that call him friends on the internet will intervene and really sit him down and say like, yo, gang, you are doing too much. This is just, to me, a young man finding himself, no different than a couple of months ago when we talked about him opening up about his lack of friends and him feeling alone.
Guys, I am a loser. I'm a loser. I don't do shit except sit on my couch and study shit and plan shit in my free time. I don't talk to people. It's bad. I'm gonna change that. Y'all gotta help me make friends. But there would be nothing to vlog. Do you understand what I'm saying?
This is another iteration, but in this iteration, everything, and I do mean everything, seems to be to the most extreme degree. A new look becomes tattoos and dermals to the point of hospitalization. A lust problem becomes a vasectomy. And you wanting to change, your image doesn't mean time spent in the gym. It means cutting your literal butt off. People are worried because Max has a bad tattoo. He's got a ton of bad tattoos. People are worried about the lengths and extremes that he's willing to go to once he's picked up this new thing, this new fascination in his life. I want PlaqueBoyMax and other young 20-something-year-olds to just keep evolving, but really recognize and understand that the choices that you make today are going to affect you in the future. You imagine some 65-year-old man with diva tattooed on his body as a reminder that he's confident and not like, I don't know, a t-shirt or something like that. If I see a 65-year-old man at a beach with diva tattooed on him, I'm gonna lose it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, this is concerning. It definitely seems like this is a cry for help or something. So I do hope some of his friends step in. I know he said he doesn't have any friends, but I don't think he means that literally. He probably means he doesn't have a lot or he doesn't hang out with them a lot because obviously he has people around him. He even mentions like Silky and, a couple other people that he's close with. So, I hope they can be of some type of assistance to him while he's going through, because he's clearly going through something. And he has been open about going through shit in the past, as he showed in some of these clips. So, I wish him well. I know growing up on the internet, it has to be rough, especially when you're as popular as he is. So I hope he can take better care of himself and get in a better headspace. Y'all let me know what y'all think though, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.